hi, remember this thing? And if not, I repaired it in a video about a month or so ago and it's been working great. Anyway, I was making some pizza and fries the other night. Had some pizza in the oven. I thought we'll chuck some fries in this. It came up for us to shake them, so I pulled it out, give them a shake, put it back in. Anyway, they needed a bit longer, so I put them on for a bit longer, give them a shake. Then I went to do something else, and all of a sudden there was an almighty bang, and there was a big flash from this, and all the lights went off in the kitchen, and I nearly shat myself. So I think what we'll do is we'll get it over the mat. We'll have a look, we'll see what's going on with it. Now, I'm not sure if I'm going to repair this, because I think I know why it blew up, and I think I now know why it failed previously. And I think this might be a design problem, or indeed a dangerous product. So you can let me know what you think in the comments below. But anyway, we'll get it over at the blue mat, we'll disassemble it, we'll see what the damage is, and then we'll see exactly what's going on. Right, we're on the blue mat. I've just taken the top off and I've removed the screws so it's easier to get into. So, I'm not sure whether the problem's now on the power supply or whether it's took the front board out again. Because the original fault was the microcontroller was shorted. So what I might do is just check the microcontroller board first. We'll see if we've got a short on there. And then we'll have a look at the power supply. Now if I remember right, this was just held in with clips. Just disconnect this little connector here. Just move this to one side. And let's see if this board's been shorted out again. I'll just go and grab the test meter. So let's see. Now let's go on to resistance. Yes. Now I wonder if my little protection diode that I fitted here has actually saved this or not. Let's put the iron on. We'll just try removing this. And we'll see if it's blown the microcontroller again. And then I'll explain what I think the problem is and why I think it's a design fault and why I think this might be a potentially unsafe product. Yeah, we've still got a dead short on there. I wonder if I should just try some voltage injection on here and we'll just see if the microcontroller gets hot. I'll just hook it up with the bench power supply. Right, got the thermal camera set up. Let's switch the power supply on. I think we'll have to up the amps. And lo and behold, that is the microcontroller fried again. Just there. So, another fried microcontroller. Right, I'll switch the camera off and we'll disconnect it from the power supply. So this is the power supply out of the device, and if we notice here, the big flash that I must have seen was this track here being vaporized, and it also looks like the main switching IC is exploded. Looks like we've got a bit of a crater in it here. So what's caused the power supply to blow up and the voltage to go across from the mains into the control panel? I bet you're wondering. Right, well, let's have a look at the rest of the unit and I'll explain my theory, and it's probably the most likely cause of it. Now it has got a little bit conformal coating on this, but not a lot, which may give you a little bit of a hint there. Right, let's get the other part. So when it blew up, it wasn't actually cooking, because like I said, it had finished cooking. I'd shaken the chips or whatever, and it was just sat there. it did have power going to it, but then all of a sudden, like I said, just after about 30 seconds to a couple of minutes, it just went bang and exploded. And I was like, what the hell? So, this is what's happened. I shook the chips, I left the door slightly ajar like that, and what's happened is steam has came out of here and also into the front of the display panel. Because when you're shaking the chips, I noticed the display was steaming up a little bit, and I thought, that's a bit odd. But also, if we notice here, the main extractor fan, it blows out of this sort of, I don't know, guide at the back here. That's what it's supposed to do. But it's also open all the way around here. So if you've been cooking something, let's say like chips, which have got a lot of moisture in them, when you stop the device, the drawers just shut, all the condensation just filters up through here, and this is why it's got the vent on the top here as well, because it blows air out of the top as well. But also all of that moisture is going onto the circuit board here, onto the power supply, which is just literally to the side of the fan here. So all of that moisture is going onto the power supply here. It's causing it to track across, and that's what's causing it to fail. So I think this is a bad design. So basically moisture is causing these to blow up. It's like, why on earth would they do that? You know, this compartment here, or where the electronics are, should be sealed in another box maybe, where moisture can't get in. Or perhaps there should have been just a small hole through here to limit the amount of moisture that could actually come through this cavity here. So it just seems pointless repairing this because it's going to fail again. And I did have a look on Amazon to see if any other people had similar experiences of these blowing up, and they have. So that's what's gone on with this, and that was the cause of the original fault. It's just a bad design. So, what do you guys think? Do you think that sounds a plausible theory? I mean, I can't think of anything else that would cause it to blow up. Like I said, it's been running fine for about a month. And it was only when I was cooking some, I think those sweet potato fries. And like I said, shook the door. Moisture came up through here. Thing went bang. I don't know, as far as I'm concerned, a quite logical explanation of what happened. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And hopefully I'll see you in the next one.